So excited to be here today with Stephanie Humphrey, Tech Life Steph. Stephanie, we are so blessed and inspired by you and your work, and so excited that you'll be with us at the Phoenix Rising Virtual Summit. So thank you for being here with us.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for inviting me to speak. I cannot wait to pour into all of the women that are going to be attending the summit, but I just really appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah, and so I've been learning a lot from your 60-second videos.
Yes.
That spotty Wi-Fi video, it has changed my life.
I'm telling you, it's that little stuff. And people, without getting too into the weeds with it, I've been doing that 60-second tech break for 2 years now, in addition to the other stuff that I do. And it was for my own benefit as much as everyone else's, because I don't want to watch a 15-minute YouTube video necessarily. My attention span is just not that long. Right. And, but I want to learn something and I want to be able to go do that thing. So the tagline for those videos is actually watch, learn, do, because you take a minute of your time and then you learn that thing and then you go do it and it changes your life. And that is literally, I think your first question was like, tell people about your business and what you do. I show people how technology makes their lives easier. That's literally all I do every day, all day. And that particular vehicle has just been a really, really fun and informative and easy way for me to do that.
Well, it has changed my life. I wish I were taking notes right now.
We will have plenty of opportunities.
You got to go on Instagram and search the hashtag and just watch all of them way back when. You be like, oh my God, I didn't know I could do that.
That's right.
I'm telling you, it's so crazy, but I love it.
That's fantastic. Awesome. Well, it makes me think of, in the context of personally and professionally, everything that's going on in the world right now has to have impacted what you do as well. On one hand, you personally, but also professionally, I have to think that you're in high demand right now as an entire nation, and indeed the world in some respects has moved online, but doesn't necessarily know what it means to be a good digital citizen. So how has everything that's going on now impacted you?
It's been kind of good and bad, actually, because yes, there has been a demand for, my knowledge and my expertise, but unfortunately that didn't kind of translate to my actual job. Right. Because my real job, if you will, is as a technology contributor to ABC News, specifically on the show Strahan, Sara, and Keke. And that show has been preempted, as you know, throughout this coronavirus pandemic. So it's been very challenging. I have done some things for ABC News, the network, during this time, but definitely not at the level that I was when I was actually working with my show. So it's been a bit of a challenge from that perspective, as far as the airtime and the FaceTime and the screen time, the TV time, that whole thing. But from my public speaking perspective, it's actually been a great opportunity to help people pivot to everybody's looking to make that pivot to online, but they don't have the content to go along with it. What are we going to do? All right, we set up a Zoom account. So now what are we going to show on it? Like we don't have no content. We got people at home, and we don't know really what to do with all of those people that are home right now. So it has been an opportunity for me to take advantage with Till Death Do You Tweet.
So that is exciting. Till Death Do You Tweet is an amazing brand.
That's good. We love a good brand. IP lawyers.
We love a good brand.
We love a good brand.
The IP lawyer in me is singing on the inside. And I know you'll be sharing some more about Till Death Do You Tweet and your expertise. And I just love it because you represent what so many of us are dealing with. We've been negatively impacted in some ways, but there's so many avenues that have opened up in other ways. So could you talk a bit about what you'll be speaking about at the Phoenix Rising Virtual Summit and what folks can expect to learn and when we should be taking notes and just what we can take and learn
get your pencils out right now. Bring your pencils and get that together. And really, it starts with that conversation about who is a brand, because I have found, surprisingly, don't let Instagram fool you with everybody out there on their grind and building their brand. There are still so many people that don't see themselves that way and haven't really made that connection yet to put together what they're doing in their personal life, in their professional life, anywhere in their life, put that all together and package it as a thing that they can then use to promote themselves, promote their business, promote whatever it might be. So the first part of what we'll be doing is to get people to adopt that mindset, because whether you know it or not, you are a brand and you have this brand. So now once you sort of accept that, what do you do with it? How do I make it work for me? What platforms am I using? What sort of content strategies can I employ on these platforms to promote and propagate that personal brand, depending on what I'm trying to do. So that's where we get into sort of the weeds of the conversation. And there'll be a little bit of LinkedIn in there too, some hacks that I think everybody will be able to take away. So you'll definitely want to be writing those down. But, I really hope that I also have enough time to help individuals who are on the webinar with their actual content strategy. So, for somebody who hadn't thought of themselves as a brand before, but now they realize that everybody else in their company seems to be moving up because they have this presence. What do I do based on my expertise, my skill set, my interests? What am I going to do now with all of this social media to start building my brand and promoting and things like that? So I hope to be able to give some actual legitimate, actionable content strategy advice to some folks as well.
That's a really important part of, there's so many people who tell people what to do, but don't necessarily show them. And also just by your own example of your own life and your own career. So that's why I feel like everybody who has come together for such a time as this is really, really important, because you want to see people walking the walk as well. And this is really pushing aside the people who are just talking the talk, because people have, it's an embarrassment of riches, emphasis on embarrassment sometimes, but really truly an embarrassment of riches of all the things that we have access to. And because you spend so much time dealing with the digital citizenship and all of that, there's so much content, but there's a lot of breadth, but not a lot of depth. And so that's what you bring to the table, for sure.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And that's always been my mantra and my mission is relevant and actionable. If you ask me to, describe what I do as succinctly as possible, it would be relevant and actionable. This needs to matter to people, and they need to be able to do something with it, because if not, then why am I bothering? So I hope that is what I'll be able to bring to the table on Sunday.
Absolutely. And obviously you are joining our keynotes, Minda Harts from the memo.
Can't wait. I'm so excited to hear all of these, all the things.
All of the things. Shantavia and I always say that we would be there in the front row regardless. We are just fortunate enough to have hosted, but we would have been in the front row, wherever that is.
This would have been a conference I would have attended. Absolutely. No absolutely. Heavy hitters on the docket.
Linda Khalfani-Cox, I'm going to run them down real quick, and I'm going to cheat a little bit to make sure that I don't leave anybody out. Latesha Byrd, who will be talking, she's the career coach from Byrd Consultants, and we have Kailei Carr, who is helping us find our superpowers from beyond the business suit. That's going to be amazing. Teri Ijeoma, and I feel like you certainly know her name. You may not.
I do know that name. Yeah.
Right. So it's Invest with Teri. She left education and funds her way literally around the world to teach people how to make money in up and down markets. I actually take her class. I have learned and I have done really well, actually. So nice. She's another person who walks the walk. Real plain, real simple. And she's not plain, but the information is delivered in a way that's fantastic. We have you, of course, Bärí Williams, who's one of our legal eagles, and she'll be talking about what everybody should have had in their contracts so that we at least have some money if something is canceled. Right. Hashtag South by Southwest.
Girl,
but I digress.
Okay. That is the session.
I'll definitely be taking those notes. And finally, Dr. Kathleen Walls, who will be helping us get all of our mental together, because after all this hustle and flow and grind and build and rise, if your mind, body, and spirit is not connected, then it's all for naught anyway. So we hope that it's well-rounded so that everybody has what they need to literally turn this crisis into opportunity is not the right word, but to see the opportunity in the midst of the crisis, and to prepare ourselves for the next time so that we're in a better position, because it's really not a matter. It's not always going to be a pandemic, God willing, and the creek don't rise, but it'll be something. So that's why we're so excited about this moment.
That's right. Well, I'm excited I'm looking forward to Sunday. I'm hoping that we get, thousands of registrations. Like, come on, y'all. This is really information that I think we all need. And I like that we're not doing it in a way that makes it feel, mandatory is not the word I'm looking for, but, maybe immediate, because right now we're in a moment right now where everybody is trying to take advantage of the fact that you have this captive audience, and if you're at home you should be uber productive 24 hours a day, and if you don't learn anything, if you don't come out of this with a new skill or speaking another language or starting a business, then you failed as a human being. And that messaging, I think, is damaging and hurtful and traumatic to people who are just trying to get by each day, not knowing what's going to happen, from one moment to the next. So I love that you two have curated a roster and a program that doesn't make people feel like they should be doing whatever. You should be doing whatever works for you at this moment. Right. And the content that is happening in this event on Sunday will help people with wherever they are in this moment. There's no urgency, there's no threat if you're not doing any, because that's what I've been struggling with during this time. Just that idea that I should be doing more. Oh my God, my business should be here. I should be doing exactly what I'm doing, and this is what God's grace has given me and allowed me to do and blessed me to do. And this is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to extend myself some grace. So I truly believe, and that's the only reason I actually agreed to do it, because we had this conversation about this gold rush that is happening right now with people, trying to rush to be first, to put out anything just to say that they did. Right. And I don't know that the messaging and the content is helpful and healthy for everybody at this time. But I think you guys, again, have done a wonderful job of making sure that that what we're doing here is very intentional, but very gentle at the same time. And it gives a lot of space and a lot of grace for people to grow in their own way at their own time.
Yes, I appreciate you saying that, because when we started talking about this a month ago, it was really, we see people struggling. We see people up and down our timelines with canceled projects, canceled contracts, not knowing what to do next. They're furloughed, they're this, they're that. And we've talked a lot about cooperative economics, and Dr. Maya Angelou is saying, when you learn, teach. We've got people on this dais who are teachers first and who are committed to educating others. This is not, come here, let's take all your money and run, like you mentioned, this gold rush. This is really, we want to help folks, and we just so appreciate you being willing to help people. I've been taking notes up and down your Twitter timeline about all the tech I need to be implementing to make my life easier, and I'm just excited to hear from you on Sunday. So thank you again.
My pleasure. It is my pleasure. Thank you for the invitation.
Absolutely. Any last words, Shantavia?
Register at phoenixrisingsummit.com. Don't delay. I don't know what else Stephanie could have said today to convince you.
I know I'm going to be there.
I'm going to be there taking all the notes. And tell somebody else about this opportunity too. I mean, we really want to teach people. One of the reasons we've been giving away so many tickets, we've had so many sponsors giving away tickets, is because we truly believe this will be transformative for people's lives in a very difficult time. We really want to help people crisis-proof their lives, not just now, but when the next thing comes or the next thing.
Don't let money be an impediment to kind of quitting 5 minutes before the miracle. We have sponsors lined up to make sure that you have access if you need it. So please reach out and invest in yourself, even if it's not 1 cent, but show up. Let us know, contact us. We'll work it out. All right. But we want to see you there, and we want to rise together And I appreciate very much the comments about intentionality. That is what it is. And energetically, I think it's what we all need. I'm so excited when I see hashtag I am ready to rise, because it's something about seeing it is really speaking to me. So hashtag, if you can say hashtag I am ready to rise, then you're ready to rise with us. And we look forward to seeing you on Sunday.